All right, guys, welcome back to Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
And to our special guest, will you introduce yourself, sir?
I am Edward Hicklin, and I'm very, very happy to be here.
Well, we're very happy to have you join us. And I know we talked to you, sent us a message on Facebook, and if I remember correctly, and you had seen a couple episodes of the show, and you had just written a film that's out on Tubi now called The Installation. So if you want to give for the viewers a little rundown of what the storyline is.
All right. Well, as a unproduced writer for a long time, who had won many awards, which amounts to very little, I decided to write a screenplay that could be produced for between $300,000 and $500,000. And I did so. And in the process, I stumbled upon this filmmaker named Brandon Cornett, who I saw one of his movies called Narc, N-A-R-C 2017, not the Ray Liotta, of course, but it's on Tubi. It's an excellent movie, and he clearly did a lot with very little. It was a low-budget little hood drama. It was excellent, and I thought, this is the guy I think could make my movie. But unlike the other 5,000 people I had in mind, he actually responded to me, and from the get-go seemed really into it. And this is all just, by the way, this was a query letter. I went on IMDb Pro, found his email, said, here's my name, here's the awards I've won, and here's the screenplay I think would work for you. He said something along the lines of, cool. And we started this dialogue, and a short 2.5 years later, he'd begun production on The Installation, and it was released on Tubi about 2.5 months ago, maybe. It's still relatively fresh.
Okay. So what was the inspiration that you gathered for, getting the screenplay together?
The inspiration was to write a screenplay that I could actually sell.
Okay.
And again, like I could get into the whole story. It's short, but it's I had multiple screenplays that won multiple awards. And I did start talking with producers. I played email tag with a lot of guys, had telephone conversations with several producers. I won't mention any names. So many times thought this was it. So many times thought, here we go. Here comes Hollywood. And it really came close so many times that it always fell through. And I realized, as an unproduced writer who doesn't even live in Hollywood or America, I gotta, by the way, those screenplays would have cost millions of dollars to produce. And I realized I gotta write something that I think is good, something I believe in, and I think I did, that could be produced for sub $500,000. And that was, so my challenge to myself was, I want to write a movie that's really cheap, but I want it to be good. Whether or not I succeeded, gentlemen, you can decide. But I went full low budget. I thought single location thriller, 2 characters. Let's go. Let's see. But my goal was, let's see if I can write a single location thriller, 2 characters, and not have it be boring. That was my goal from beginning to end. And I think as a screenplay, I might have pulled it off.
Where was the film shot?
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. Okay.
I'm talking to you guys from Hong Kong, and
Right.
the filmmaker I got in touch with and started this relationship with whom it looks like we're going to have several more movies coming in the next few years, we haven't even met. We haven't even done this.
Okay.
Okay.
That's like, because I've seen his IMDb stuff. Like we've only communicated via email and text, and it's worked really well. There are certain parts of the movie I wish I would have put myself out there and said, well, let's do this a little different. Let's do this, because we didn't talk about anything. He said, I like it. When the time is right, I'll buy it. The time was right. He went for it, made it, and I'm very happy with what he did. But I've never even had a video chat with the guy yet. And
Wow.
as of now, it looks like we have 2 more projects on the horizon that might be filming in the next 12 months.
Oh wow. So
What
once
the guy
So once he bought the script from you, it was basically you didn't have control over anything on that at that point. So he kind of just took it and ran with it.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
But when it's a single location thriller with only 2 characters, there's only so much wiggle room. He pretty much had to produce my script.
No, I was just curious because sometimes sometimes in the deal it's like the writer wants to be in for like creative input or something, or if they maybe send you a couple. Did he ever at any point send you any of the production screenings like before, like maybe little clips and stuff like here's what we've done so far, what do you think? Or
He did, and this is one of those cool little 1 in a million filmmaker dream things. He found this location and took pictures and sent me, again, single location. And what he sent me was exactly what I had in my brain while I was writing this thing on the other side of the world in a Hong Kong cafe. And what he sent me was what I had in my head. It seemed like just impossible. And I told him this, like, you found the location that was up here when I was writing the script. And there was one change he requested. I wrote this script to be 2 white males. He said, I have 2 black female actors that are perfect for this. Would you rewrite it for 2 African American females? I said, fine. It changed almost nothing. And the actors he found were so good that it actually enhanced my script. It made it much better than it would have been otherwise. They were fantastic.
They were really good.
so I do actually have a question about that because I think a little bit differently on thought of. So when you said you had originally 2 white males and then it went to 2 black females, which we've seen the movie, so we know that. And you said it didn't change a lot. However, if I remember correctly, the near towards the end of it, or the third act, let's say, it's it comes out that she was a nurse and that she had interactions with the girl's child and stuff. So that seemed like a lot of information and a good portion of the third act they were focused on. So, I mean, that wasn't a challenge for you just to kind of put that together?
If memory serves, the only real difference was instead of the actual woman giving birth in the hospital, the main question would have been the husband watching his wife give birth to the kid. If that makes sense. So really one line of dialogue needed to be changed to sort of fit the sex change.
Okay.
Okay, that's where I was a little thrown off because I was like, man, that would seem like a lot of changes needed.
Well, I think from our standpoint, or like a lot of especially guys, and I know you stated you have children, like that motherly instinct part. I think that adds a lot more conflict between the 2 of them when she, especially when she came out saying, she's basically trying to get her to, get in the acting scene. When she's trying to fake her death, and she pokes, at her about how she's a better mother. Like, I feel like for guys, as a dad, that hits differently as a mom saying to another mom, like, and that's just like, you don't say that. That's a no. You don't say that.
Yeah, there is definitely a different close.
Yeah.
A woman actually giving birth to the child, carrying the child.
I really like that dialogue. I think that made that scene a lot stronger.
I mean, spoilers, there was a reason why she got stabbed in the eye.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
The only pushback I had against, because I'm not terribly precious about my scripts, but I am pretentious enough that I'm a little. So I told him like if you want, I had it in my head that it was 2 white males, and my initial response was the drama, the story. It's so crazy and so stupid. I said that's kind of like that's white people stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our stuff. That level of pretension and craziness.
Right.
And he said he just kind of he just said I got this. Like I know what you mean, but and he was completely right in the end. They played crazy just as well as we did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was off the rails.
Yeah. I mean, she's carrying around a hand the whole
Yeah.
for half the movie. Who just has that? And you're just, it's my precious.
Yeah, like a 6 foot tall golem.
Well, and then like these.
No, So Lydia, this is the biggest show on YouTube for movies. And, really important.
Listen to your father.
Can you just tell them your favorite movie of all time before you go? What is your favorite movie ever? Hoppers.
Hopper. I love
Nice.
Hoppers too.
Hoppers is great.
Good
That's a
choice.
great one.
You're the best. Like,
Yeah, it does. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Beautiful daughter, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah,
very.
very. But I was gonna say too, like these guys know because I've said it 8 billion times in the times since we've done this show. Like it kind of that style of movie is some of my favorites. Where it's two guys like when after he watched, he came over and told me he's like, "Well, I know you fell in love with this."
Yeah.
He's like,
That's a polite way of putting with Gavin.
he's like two people. Yeah, I said few more words in there. But he's like, you love those two people in a room talking. Like that's my style of film because I've always, as I've said to them and to the audience, a bunch of times is if you can keep a movie going just with two people talking, not like it's not car chases or no gunfire, no robots in space flying around, but if you keep it
Suspenseful
yeah.
with the dialogue.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
And this did that.
is because even as someone who wrote it, I should know this answer, but I don't. What movies do you think? Because I know there was the Ryan Reynolds movie Buried, where it's one character, if you remember, and I actually forget what happens. He's in a casket and being buried alive.
yeah.
What other movies can you think of? Again, I should know this answer that sort of fit that bill, where it's mostly character driven.
Okay. I can.
One of your favorite movies.
So it's not a thriller, but one of the ones I could say is My Dinner with Andre.
Yes. Yeah.
The classic movie, just two guys having dinner together. One's talking about all his, because they were colleagues. Then he left, and one went on this massive journey of life, and then came back while the other one stayed and stuck with the scholars and the arts and everything, but discussed how he found different things in different beliefs in life and mythologies and faith and all that other stuff. So that's definitely one of them. I would say if you were to take, I'm trying to think of another good example of one. I would say a good portions of Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Only because there's those scenes in the warehouse only, like when it's just Harvey Keitel and either Steve Buscemi or Harvey Keitel and Mike Madsen.
Michael Madsen.
Michael Madsen. There's scenes in there where it's just too bad. Well, Pulp Fiction is another good example. A lot of Tarantino stuff, they have moments where it's just two people in a room talking. That's really most of Tarantino.
And I also like the callback in here to Reservoir Dogs too. That was nice. When she says, I want to stab you in the knee, it's like, okay, well, fine. Turn on in the middle.
But if you want to take another good example, which isn't in one location, but the movie Memento.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
That's
which I recently revisited. Almost every scene is just him with one other person. It's always just him and the other Guy Pearce, the actor. It's either him with Joe Pantaleone and as the guy that's helping him, the cop Eddie, or him and the woman in there the woman that played Trinity and
I can't remember
the Matrix movies. But if you watch that movie, it's really just either him on the phone talking to somebody that you never see, or him talking to one other individual. Very rarely is there's more one. In fact, I don't think there's any scene.
I think 35% of that movie is him communicating with the tattoos on his body.
Yeah.
Probably didn't break the bank too much. You'll have to help me with this one. So only about 6 weeks ago, I'm so embarrassed that it took me this long to see this movie that blew my mind. Cassavetes, Peter Falk, Tony and of course I can Google it, but it's one of the better movies I've seen in a decade. It's Cassavetes and Falk almost exclusively. There's a few other minor characters, but it was shot guerrilla style in the middle of the Columbo fame. Falk did it for free because he believed in it. Cassavetes was drunk out of his mind, but they pulled it off, and it's one of it's speaking of movies where it's just characters talking. And it blew me away. I think we're looking it up here. I just highly recommend. Anyone should watch it anyways, but if you're into that kind of a movie.
And then another one too, and it's not two individuals. There is multiple characters. I want to say maybe 5 or 6 people, but in a single room. A recommendation if you haven't seen it yet. This is another great movie that's very dialogue driven, and it's a science fiction movie with no science fiction. Like you never see the science fiction. It's called Coherence.
I love that
And-
movie. But that's just like a dinner party.
Yeah, it's a dinner party. There's a comet that's supposed to be coming. You never see the comet, and then supposedly it creates opens the doorways to alternate universes.
Yes.
Yeah, and you never fully understand what's happening, but you pretend you do. You don't want your friends to think you're stupid. I actually just rewatched that maybe 6 or 7 months ago. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm fascinated not only because of where I am in my writing career, because I'm still, I have one Tubi movie under my belt, so I'm still keeping everything I do low budget, but I'm just fascinated by films that can take so little, whether it's money, resources, time, whatever, and create something amazing like that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Coherence being an excellent example, which also, what was the movie? Oh boy, listeners love it when we do this.
We do this all the time. We do this all the time.
Okay, thank God. That's why I liked your pod, because watching you guys talk is just like me and my friends. We it takes 10 minutes to think of the movie name, then we talk about it for 30 seconds. The movie where it's another dinner party. It's so similar to Coherence in every way, and it turns out like it's a cult, and there's a comet. It stars the guy who was in Zodiac, that character actor who was always good.
Jim Carrey?
No.
No.
Zodiac, no.
I'm thinking of 23.
Yeah. Stop it.
I'm never going to stop being me.
I'm trying to think. Actually,
It was a big indie for the time, let's say a decade ago, around the time of Coherence, actually. Again, we'll see the title here in a second.
okay.
Are you thinking of Jake Gyllenhaal?
No, it was the guy who was the suspect who they thought was a Zodiac killer. He's been in a million movies, always the fifth lead. Heavy set, so good.
Not Ruffalo.
John Lynch?
Ah, yeah. I think you're right.
All right, we'll click on his films, man.
Excuse me,
Audiences love it when we just hear
Anthony Edwards from
Oh, he was Revenge of the Nerds. He was in ER. He was in a lot of stuff. Yeah, that one I'm not familiar because I'm trying to think of a movie like that with Anthony Edwards in it. Because I'm at a loss on that one.
It's called Kiss Me Kosher.
But while he's looking for it, though, I do have a couple other questions. So you're ready to work on some next projects. Can you hint on any of that information? What your next project? May be?
Invitation.
Oh, The Invitation. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, Imitation the movie.
Clearly,
I was getting through it. I'm like, which one of these is it?
so good. So good. New projects. Okay, there's one completed script, which is urban girl raised in abusive home, looks to find some kind of redemption in her own adulthood, to break the bonds of drug addiction and to create her own happy family. Not unlike, I hate to compare to other movies, but Precious, sort of like a modern day Precious movie. That is scheduled to shoot this year, and I'm halfway through a new project, also for Mr. Brendan Cornett. BZ Jones is his director name. I don't know if I want to tell you.
No, you don't have to tell us if you're still working on it. We always like to be able to give everybody the opportunity.
No, what I'll do. So it's a gritty urban crime drama, and his only request that he wanted something in it that I struggle to repeat with my daughter within earshot.
No.
I understand.
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to be cagey. I would be more than happy to tell you, but not with her over there.
You can do one of those like those little Facebook posts where people say they hold the cards up. They just like So go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, we've all seen the movie. You wrote the movie, but our listeners may not have seen it. Can you just give us an overview of the story and what happens in the film for our listeners?
Yep. A failed artist who is out of her mind, who's almost sick with pretension and delusion about who or what she is as an artist, decides to gift the world one last art installation, which is her suicide. But upon realizing she's a coward, she has to kidnap another woman and, using deep fake technology, fake her suicide. So murder another woman to create this phony final art installation that she somehow thinks will change the world, and reveal to the world what a great artist she is, because they don't get her, of course. They don't.
Oh, no, of course not.
Their fault. And the woman who's kidnapped, it's in her best interest to get the hell out.
That usually is on the kidnappers. I mean,
Yeah, I did like that that part of the story of, like, you know, she where she was like, I want to do this great thing. I want to and you know, a lot of actor, or not actors, but artists, you know, gain so much fame after their death, like Edward Allan Poe. And you know, he's probably in my mind, I guess, the biggest one, because you know, he passed away in a ditch penniless. But that's kind of what she was. I can feel that, like, what she was thinking of. Okay, well, if I am a suicide, I can be famous, but I won't be around to see it. So that's dumb. What if someone else did that?
Like when you fake your death just to go to your funeral to see who shows up.
Yeah,
And
and you come around the corner like, aha, I knew you didn't like me.
you just cyberbully him for the rest of your life.
well, that's what I was going to say too. It must have been strictly because of the. It must have been strictly for the joy of knowing what people would think of her, because obviously there would be no personal gain, like, except for
No, sorry.
fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it'd be like, you wouldn't be able to collect the money, you know, if your artwork started selling or started going up in price.
yeah,
Not like,
exactly.
you can't just go to the bank and cash that check.
Yeah, you can't go to Christie's in London. That's actually mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need that 5 mil.
Yeah. But in her deluded mind, it would have somehow revealed to the world, and they would have
Mhm.
How wonderful.
suddenly understood the genius that they couldn't grasp before.
And would have finally been the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. So Tori Monet played her, I thought, brilliantly, and she's always been good. If you watch your average Tubi indie, she's been a star for a minute, and she's always good. But she asked me, like, what was the motivation, or could I explain the character to her? And I think I said something. This is, you know, a while ago, and I said something along the lines of, imagine every classmate you've ever had who thought they were the smartest person in the class, or every improv group you've ever been to who had that one person who was convinced they were the star, and it was everyone else who didn't get them.
Mm.
It was their fault, the world's fault. They knew how special and how lucky the world was to have them, but the world wasn't aware of that yet. That's who you are in this movie.
Yeah, I'm ahead of my time. I don't need to change. You
Yeah.
need to change.
You don't get it.
That little description carried to her because she played that perfectly.
Yes, yes, she did.
Yeah.
I was so blown away by her, man. Like she's always been good, but this was special.
Absolutely. So you said you got to, speak with her. Was it like via video conference? Was it over the phone? Like, how did that?
That's text.
Just
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. It's interesting. You'd be able to convey
Mhm.
that kind of information, or, be able to.
So when you're going through your writing process, what's like, what, do you like grab something for inspiration? Do you sit down and write 100 pages at a time, or do you like get blocks in between there? Like how's that process go for you?
I get plenty of blocks. I'm in the middle of one right now. I've been on page 54 for about 2 weeks now. But I try my best to write gleefully, meaning, silly as it may sound, like I try to just write in a way that delights me and makes me giggle and laugh and think, oh my God, where the hell did that idea come from? That's way too messed up. I got to put that in. And so sort of like, I guess I write to entertain myself.
Yeah.
As long as I'm entertained, I then hope, I assume and hope that other people will be as well. And yeah, I'll tell you one quick story. I was hired to write a script for there's this moderately popular Detroit hip hop artist who found out I was working with Brandon, and he hired me to write his autobiography, which was really cool. He gave me his life story, both audio, and he wrote it freehand. It was really cool. But it I don't know. I of course will not say his name, and I don't want to sound rude, but it wasn't. It was very slow, and it was very dull. I hate to use that word. And I when I wrote it, I didn't make things up. I just took what he gave me and I tried to make it as big and as loud as possible, which is, I guess, how I write. And I loved it. I had a blast writing it. I thought it was, but I kept sending him pages, and he was like, "I see what you're doing, but I need this to be." He wanted it to be small. He wanted it to be.
Okay.
Oh, he wanted it. He didn't want it to be boring, but he wanted his life told as it actually happened. Because let's be honest, most of us don't live the most exciting lives. He did have his house lit up by an AK-47 when he was 15. That was the interesting part. I enjoyed writing that. I didn't have to embellish very much, but for the other 90%, it was a life. And eventually, I told him, like, "This is I know what you want, and I don't think I can give it to you. It's a credit I could have had that I chose not to take." And he was so cool. I believe it's actually in production now. I think he found another writer. My point is, if I'm not writing gleefully, if I'm not having that fun when I write, it doesn't work for me.
Sure.
And I'm also in this very lucky place where I do this as a hobby. I have a wonderful career. I I happily return the money to this artist, and I'm just lucky. This is just fun for me, and if it isn't, then I don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say too, it's like when you hear about, like, especially when things get made into movies about people's life stories, always loosely based off a true story. That's why they use that term.
Yeah.
There are some things where, let's face it, everybody's lives, no matter how incredible or crazy there are a lot of boring moments in everybody's lives. Like if there was an autobiography about me,
His movie be tably based on his true story.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
yeah, you just wanted to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what-
I was sponsored by Super Bowl whiskey.
Well, yeah.
Entirely.
Some movies like, oh, it's based on a true story. It's like, really? Because the car exploded and it was based on a Sunday drive. and your true story, nobody got murdered. Like,
So it's based on a true story that someone made up and wrote down.
yeah, exactly.
Yep, they truly wrote that down.
I truly believe this could happen.
Yeah, The Rock was based on a true story. You don't remember that giant car chase in downtown San Francisco?
Exactly.
It happens.
Timely reference, by the way. The Rock. Well done.
I was watching it this morning before I came over.
My daughter came out of the room doing that.
He gets a couple good moments every once or twice a year.
They let me have one.
Yeah.
It was coming up. We're about 6 months into the year, so
Right.
Happy birthday.
Awesome,
Where are you
man.
guys- I'm gonna ask because I had a quasi-serious thought about 90 minutes ago. Like I was thinking, like if you guys are based out of New York, this is not going to happen today because New York is just pandemonium right now. But where are you guys based
We're
at?
in Tampa Bay, Florida.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So you're not far from San Antonio, I guess, but far enough that the chaos is not in and around you.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. No, we're good. We're a good distance. We're nice and safe.
Yeah.
All we got to worry about is people flooding our markets here.
Well,
Everybody moves here because
exactly. Yeah.
they love it now.
Well, we're in the part of the year where all the snowbirds have left. So,
Yeah, but now all the college party years are down.
well, I don't know. I'll take them. They don't come out until nighttime. They don't fog up at night.
Oh, that's when I work at the liquor store.
But Tampa's had a little bit here, hasn't it? Because when I grew up, I'm Canadian, of course, but you just never really heard of Tampa. But suddenly, about 5 years ago, people are talking about how great Tampa is.
Unfortunately, they've been hearing that, and then they've been
getting
crazy.
From COVID. That was essentially probably like you could call it the Great Migration. The population, not just in Florida, but definitely Tampa Bay area exploded.
Yeah, it's been for film community.
Yeah.
It's blowing up.
Become a massive thing. So
Especially for indie films. A lot more indie films are getting shot here now.
So a lot of Hallmark movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also a lot of Hallmark movies.
but also the state of Florida offers what they now call like these rebate programs. So if you are making a film and producing it, and you will produce it here on location, and name the location that you're at, or some kind of reference to the area or a landmark that you're filming at, they will give you a rebated amount of money back, a percentage of what you spent to make the film. You can get some of that back. So as we all know, in the movie industry, especially independent film, a lot of movies don't make anything for a long time. It's some get lucky and some, do all right, but there's a lot of films that to be honest about it, probably about 60 to 70% of films, it takes a long time for them to recoup anything. So at least with this type of program, let's say you had $1 million budget, you may be able to get 10% of that back automatically just because you filmed here. So, hey, automatically, so you can either put that back into the film or use that for, post-production distribution, or just keep it as a backup in case you need to find a job in another year if it didn't work out. So that's been another big thing. And we've talked about this many times with other people too. There's so many diverse looking areas in Florida. So
Especially St. Petersburg.
minus mountains, we don't have those.
Yeah, that's
But that's the only thing we don't have. But if you take, we have, areas with lakes, rivers, there's rustic areas, rural areas, then there's big city areas, then, and there's just different decorum of homes, like some look
Right.
like they're, Southwest style
yeah.
type
You got like
homes.
Spanish style home, and then you could go a couple of blocks and you've got a whole community where you've got ranchers, like Southern
Yeah.
style ranchers. The architecture around here is pretty,
Very diverse.
yeah, extremely
Eclectic. Yeah. So yeah, and then you could also go, like you said, there's farmland, but then you go, hour, let's say 100 miles, and you're at the beach, or you're at a river, or you're at a lake, or you're at this or a natural spring. So it does offer a wide
Imagine
variety.
you don't want people to know how amazing that place is, and it sounds so good now.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, most of them have already found out, so the jig is up.
Yeah, that's why no one goes to Ginny Springs anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to Ginny Springs.
We've stolen the line from the original Vacation. I'm sorry, folks. Florida's closed.
Yeah.
Moose out front should have told you.
Man, but we do have just a few minutes left, Edward. First of all, want to thank you for joining us, and thank you for reaching out to us. And definitely, that now that we have your contact info, once you get the next projects going, or if there's any updates on how this project, the installation, is going for future reference, just keep us updated, and we can have you back on. You can talk to us about what's going on. Even if you're about to start doing a project that you want to get the information out on, reach out. We'll have you back on. And we'll
Or
talk.
even if you just want to do a follow up, because we like talking to you.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, or
Back
if
at
you
you,
put BS with us, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was cool, man, because I will, whatever show I stumble upon, whether it's a podcast, something on YouTube, it's like this, I'll give it a few minutes, and if it keeps my attention, I'll watch the. Anyways, let's say 2 months ago, I found a rant. I think you guys came up on my rec list, watched it, liked it, Facebook, hey, Edward, installation, responded the next day. You guys were in the middle of your little film fest, so you said, give us a few weeks, and I thought, okay, busy, I probably won't hear anything. A few weeks ended up, hey, here's a date. Can you do this? Yes, boom, and here we are. Like, it's not supposed to be this easy. So you guys are crushing it, man. This is awesome.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. The film festival is definitely our biggest part of April.
Yeah.
That's a
So it
huge-
was our April.
it was our
Yeah.
our entire April.
Yeah. Yeah. Just the leading up to it. It's three days, but that we're there. But the lead up to it, because we've become a big part of it now, that we're
We're a
sponsored.
name sponsor.
Yeah, we're a name sponsor for it now. We've been with them ever since we started the show.
And
And
we get to do this with so many people, and it's so concentrated. Like all the
That's
it's wonderful.
That's a fun time. We're tired afterwards, but
Oh, yeah.
Tired is
It's
not
very
saying-
fun.
you're physically dead.
yeah.
But it's all worth it.
Yeah. But showing up there that Sunday morning, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my community of film geeks that I can rap with every now and again, but for the most part, in our day to day, I don't get a chance to do this very often. So on the rare occasion I get to talk to people, whether it's you doing a show, podcast, whatever, or just I find that group of friends that I can do this with. It's just like an injection. It just feels so good, and though doing the entire film fest, I admit I only saw pictures, but it looked like a hit, man. Like, it looked great.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, you can definitely check out some of the episodes. They're all on there labeled Sunscreen Part 1, 2026, on through. There's probably 5 or 6 episodes, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
We got
But multiple interviews and a lot of great filmmakers. So if you get a chance, check out some of those episodes and let us know what you think.
Tampa or somewhere.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
Tampa.
on safety.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
That's awesome.
All right, man. Well, but we unfortunately we are going to be running out of time here in a second. But we again thank you so much for joining us, Edward, with the installation. You can find it on Tubi,
On Tubi.
and definitely check back with us and let us know what you think. And this episode, I'll reach out to you and let you know it'll be coming out this week. This Wednesday it'll be launching, so keep an eye out for that. I'll keep in touch with you, let you know with the link and everything.
Awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you again so much. And guys, for you, the viewers out there, keep up with us. This was Mr. Edward with the installation on Tubi. And you know who we are. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butler.
I'm Patrick Wall.
All right, Edward, take care, sir.
Awesome, brothers. Cheers. See you next time.
Good one.
Thank you.
All right. So that was Mr. Edward Hicklin.
Yes.
He did the
Great
installation.
speaking with him.
Yeah. Yes. No, it's
And a cameo from his daughter.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool though. It's cool. He's over in Hong Kong and stuff.
Oh,
I said that he was willing to do that. Like it's 10 p.m. his time.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why we were negotiating time.
Yeah, I saw that in the email.
I said, we can do it earlier, maybe later, depending. Let us know. And he's like, well, I can do 11. 10 would be better because it's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That's why when he said, he told his daughter, like, all right, now go to bed.
Yeah.
It's like
Say hi to the podcast, guys. No, go to bed. But no, I like when, we've always had great interviews with everybody we've spoken to.
Oh yeah.
But just, I like when we, the banter of going back and forth with movies.
Mm.
What's that one? And you know that one.
Yeah, he was a perfect fit for our style.
Oh yes. if he was to come to courtside with us and
Yeah.
how we met,
Yeah.
definitely have been in this group. But I like talking about, because I've always been fascinated with writing. It's a skill I would love to have. I just don't. For all of my great achievements, I don't have that.
Your greatest achievement was getting me into the financial industry.
You're welcome.
No, you're welcome financially.
That's your greatest achievement.
That's my yeah. That's my greatest achievement.
This is the bar.
I'm walking into traffic.
This is the bar. Your life has reached its pinnacle with this.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what? I can die.
I'm not even referring to him as a human being. I'm saying this.
I can now die.
You're welcome, Earth.
Actually, you should be thanking your mother, not Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Wait, no, I don't like that sentence.
You should say thank you, Mom.
But not on Gavin's behalf. No, that's too dirty.
Gavin says thank you, Patrick's mom. All right.
I feel like we're already back to our normal bull.
Full circle.
No, but it's good doing. It's always interesting to see the thought process that goes into that, like
Yeah.
where it comes from, and it's never easy writing anything. So I don't think there's many. But to your point, I don't think there's many writers out there unless they become seasoned writers that really say this is the easiest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some that after their 5th, 6th, 7th, 12th, 20th, script or some kind of writing job that they're like, okay, well, this was a little bit easier, but
Well, it kind of brings me to like who was that? Harold Crick, that Will Ferrell movie where he's living the narrative that the writers.
Yeah, so when he was talking about conversation, that movie immediately popped into my head, but it's only a one-sided conversation. It's the author talking into Will Ferrell's brain. He keeps saying stuff out loud, but
Right.
she's not hearing that.
No, it literally just said Harold counts brushstrokes. What the hell? Yeah, but no, I kind of I wonder, how often writers get like that, because that whole movie, the ending of it is because she can't, find the perfect end of how Harold's gonna die, and then she ends up realizing that he's real, and she falls in love with the character that she's written. She doesn't want to kill him off. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
it's like the never-ending story, but different.
It's like The Rock,
With
but
an
different.
ending. Yeah. It's like everyone tells me I look like Brad Pitt, except I'm not as skinny and face is different.
They have millions of dollars.
Yeah, and I don't have
Never
millions of dollars.
been in a major film, and
But other than that,
just like them.
Just
Yeah, everyone says I sound like David Hayter, except I don't. Like, I'm not an award-winning voice actor.
no one's asked you to speak.
Technically, Tony did 5 years ago.
Too rude.
That was supposed to be rhetorical. Like, how are you doing? Good. Oh, well, my mom just died. I don't really want to get into
I
this.
didn't ask that.
Well, see you later. Hey, you want to do a podcast? Yeah. Damn. That went way different in my head than I expected.
I didn't mean to hear the yes immediately.
Like, so quick on the draw on that one.
Yes. Did you want a yes? Damn it.
It's like when there's that one person that you're kind of forced to invite to the party or event, and you're like, I know they're going to say no, so I'm just going to tear the Band-Aid up. Hey, you want to go to the party? I would love to. Great.
I'll see you there.
It's like
Fantastic.
it's like the buddy games. It's a $10,000 entry fee. I didn't think he was gonna get that.
You know what I had to do for that? I'm not going to tell you. Watch the movie.
I don't want to tell you. Yeah.
Smell my hand.
Oh,
He's not gay, but 10 grand is 10 grand.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, but it was, like I said, we talked about it. And again, overall, I think the movie was decent, had a lot of potential.
Yeah.
to-
Yeah. Absolutely. The installation on Tubi.
Yep.
Please go watch it.
The acting is fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the acting was great. It was some of those acting where it's like it was believable.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like I do like the main character or the antagonist.
Well, and I also liked how he stated that oh man, what was her name in the movie? Was it
And what?
Rachel?
The,
the
Jennifer was the one in the
The
chair.
kidnappee was Jace. Was
Jennifer.
Jess.
Or Jess.
I want to say that the tag, because I don't think she said her name through the movie until she finally she had a wallet and she saw the
The ID.
medical ID.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Rachel. I can't remember.
Hang on.
We're
Yeah.
deep diving.
No, I was getting the synopsis here real quick for you. Let's see. Annalise.
And Lisa. Then
Or Annalise. It says a failed artist, Annalise Valentine, plots a chilling final masterpiece, her own suicide as an artist.
Yeah, Annalise. Jessica.
Okay.
And the drug dealer's name is he's credited as drug dealer.
Yeah, I don't think she mentioned his name in there.
No, he's credited as drug dealer.
Okay. Because she called another guy, and that's why he was like, "You called him and interrupted him, and then he called me."
Well, because the reason why he called him, if you remember when she was talking to him on the phone, she's like, well, so and so he's busy, and she's
Yeah.
like, well, send whoever.
Yeah, and I'll pay double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know his name, but we can tell you he was very
He was
upset
not
about
happy.
Yeah.
having his dinner get cold on.
Yeah, he did not want that dinner to get cold.
And if he comes over, he ain't happy.
If he's still in there, he ain't happy.
No, but yeah, no, it's definitely, and then I'll be interested to see what the next projects he has going on. I thought one of the most interesting parts about the whole conversation really was that he never actually met the director.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little odd.
I mean, it was kind of like in similarity to
Anno 2020.
yeah, Anno 2020, and
At least they had Zoom conversations.
yeah, but yeah, he had that. But I mean, it was filmed in different states and different countries.
Yeah. It was filmed around the world.
Yeah. And he basically just wrote it and said, okay, here,
This is it. You do you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I trust your judgment.
Because I have no other option at this point.
We are still in COVID. I cannot get to you.
No, but I thought that was definitely interesting. If I guess, because I haven't done anything out there in the mainstream, but it would be interesting. I don't know if I'd be able to let go that easily.
Yeah. That takes a lot of trust.
Yeah.
A whole lot of trust.
But then again, he was, like he said, he wanted to write it, have someone else make it.
Yeah.
So at that point, you really got to just say,
Sure.
here it is.
Mm.
And I mean, it did seem like they were communicating. But the other thing is, being able to convey, like we said, when he was texting to that actress or actor, they're not called actresses anymore. Everybody's an actor.
Yep.
Just want to be clear, not very political.
Tony knows terminology. He's just still working through it.
Yeah. but the fact that he's able to explain how he wanted that or where the character is coming from.
Yeah.
Text message. I was like, wow, that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, he is a writer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like for me,
If I would wrote it, I would have had to use Chat GPT, Copilot, and probably Claude to come up with something, feasible.
I need to use tones and my hands.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, what I want you to do is I want it big. I want it big. I want you to be really shocked. Like that would be me explaining. I couldn't do that in text.
You want to shut Tony up? Cuff his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
I'm the other way. I'm Ricky Bobby. I was like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with my hands.
With this, you don't know how to kill the bunny.
I don't know.
You don't know how to kill the bunny. This, you don't know how to kill the bunny.
These are in spirit fingers.
Just put the bunny back in the box.
3 movie references off one set of
one.
statements.
Oh, for one bunny.
Yeah.
Call us Guinness.
Yeah.
Call us guess.
Bunny. Oh man. But yeah, so we got about 10 minutes left here. So ish.
Wow. 10 minutes.
Ish. Hey man, I had my coffee early.
Oh,
Then I was in mid crash now.
it's the caffeine breakdown.
Yeah. Now I just got to get.
I just finished my Celsius. I can go run a 5K and then die a mile into it.
He meant 5 steps.
Yeah, because it is currently 87, feels like 98.
That 5th step, he's like 5K.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Okay.
I did 5. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna make it back to my car because that's like 15.
So I could do between 1 and 100 push-ups. I did 3. That's between 1 and 100.
Yeah.
Give me the money.
Yeah. I didn't say it would be on the ladder.
Yeah. I didn't say I do 100.
Or the upper.
I didn't even say I get close. You're lucky I got 3.
So was there any other movies that this kind of reminded you of? Is there up there? Like, I know he asked about, and there were so many more that off the top of my head, I was like trying to put them together, like what else to compare it to in terms of like just people talking. I had about 17 others in the barrel, but I went blank for a minute because I started talking.
I think
about
the ones
something.
we mentioned were like really great examples, especially, was it you who mentioned Pulp Fiction? When you said that, the first thing that popped into my mind is just Sam Jackson and John Travolta talking in the hallway before they beat down the door.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great scene, and that like little snippet is kind of like it exemplifies what he did.
Yeah.
Like just 2 people having a conversation.
Well, that's really most of all Pulp Fiction. Like,
Yeah.
if you go back to
And Reservoir Dogs.
and Reservoir Dogs, but there's very few scenes, if you really think about it, in Pulp Fiction where there's more than 2 characters in one shot. Like, there's even with Eric Stoltz as a drug dealer, his girlfriend's there, but she's not really interacting that much or in the shot half the time.
Yeah.
The college kid scene is the only one I could really think of that had more than 2 people.
Which one?
The beginning scene, where
Oh, yeah.
say what again?
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like if you really look at the movie, or him when he's over at Tarantino's house, Jimmy, at Jimmy's house.
You didn't think to tell me there was a man in a bathroom carrying a goddamn hand cannon?
But it's him. It's that scene with Bruce Willis and Marcellus Wallace.
Yep.
Or as I'm saying half of them as their real names, half of them as their character name. You
John
have
Travolta and
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman.
Yep.
That's probably for about 40 minutes.
Yeah. I mean that whole diner scene.
Yeah, with the dancing and with them in the diner, and then after the diner when they're
The heroin overdose.
yeah, well, then you get Tarantino in there.
To be fair, Uma didn't do a whole lot of talking in that scene.
True.
You kind of can't.
Yeah. But yeah, so those were just examples. It's interesting to see how you could take a movie with a lot of characters and really break it down to individual just conversation.
Well, yeah, and like that, I think that's also kind of the beauty of Reservoir Dogs too, is that you don't see the heist, you don't see what goes down during it.
No.
The main action that you see is when Harvey Keitel comes back, and the guy who got his
Tim Roth.
Yep. And he steps up and kills Michael Madsen. Like, that's the action you see. Outside of that, you don't really get you don't get the police chase. You don't get the robbery.
Well, the only one you get is they do a cut scene when they first are running out of the building when they're trying to get in. And they show him getting shot.
That's
Tim
right.
Roth.
Yeah.
But then also the scene where Steve Buscemi is running off too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Other than that, but yeah, if you think about it, with same thing, Reservoir Dogs, It is because you're learning about each character separately.
Yeah.
So that's why they
Yeah.
do that. So I mean, you have basically the one scene where they're all together when he first names them.
Mhm.
You know, Mr. Brown, Mr. Blue,
Mr.
Mr.
Pink.
Black, Mr. Pink, and
Why pink? Why not?
yeah, Mr. Brown. That sounds too close to Mr. Shit.
Well, another movie that comes to mind is Four Rooms. Outside of the first room, the rest of the movies, he's being held at gunpoint and just being monologued at.
Yeah.
And then the next room is just two kids finding a dead hooker. And then my favorite room, the last one with the one that Quentin Tarantino directed, is just Quentin Tarantino talking to Tim Roth, just convincing him to cut off his friend's pinky.
Yep.
Greatest scene in movie history.
I know you love that. Song.
I agree. It's so good.
Well, if you think about it too, the original Clerks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff.
Clerk was just really two people talking. I wanted to bring that up, but I was like, I don't know, because all the other ones, I would say the other ones weren't suspense thrillers, but you know, they at that point, even though I love Clerks, I think it's a masterpiece, but you know, I didn't want to try to compare it to that.
Absolutely. I liked, and I liked the second one. I just think they went way too long for the second. But like, you know, I mean,
It's just on Tubi now, by the way.
it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But also, like, I feel like he mentioned, you know, Ryan Reynolds buried, but and I do remember that movie. That was a wild movie. But also Ryan Reynolds' voices. I'll say
Yeah.
like 50% of that, because him just having a conversation with the severed heads and his dog and cat. The dog and cat are hilarious.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious.
Well, you know which one I didn't even think of? It annoys me now. It wasn't even in my backup when I was going to say it earlier and didn't get a chance to. Split.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It was all
yeah.
nothing but two people characters.
Yeah. Yeah,
Or two people talking. That's the whole movie. It's the psychiatrist or him with the one girl.
And I'll tell you, that's what made me fall in love with James McAvoy as an actor. Like about his range that he could do in there with each of those characters.
I fell in love with him. I wanted. Because I'm basic.
No, you love Angelina Jolie. Stop it.
Yeah.
We all do. But there's in Sin City, there's a famous scene where he's driving the dead cop to the La Brea tar pits, and that was directed by Quentin Tarantino, and that's just him having basically the dead guy having a conversation with the guy.
And that's Clive Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was clean. It was the prostitute ring. They ended up killing a cop there because he was getting handsy, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
And yeah, I remember that part.
That movie's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
Good.
It's good.
But yeah, we just got a couple minutes left. So, yeah, no, that was fun. It was good.
No, it was a good interview.
And the fact that, you know, we got Hong Kong
Oh, yeah.
and Australia.
Got Japan under the belt.
Yeah.
China.
Covered, man.
Idiot. Hong Kong's in China.
I'm just kidding.
Sure you are.
On to the geography portion of the podcast. But anyway,
I'm going to sing you this song from Animaniacs.
don't do that
I
offline.
do want to go to. You know what? You know what's funny now?
need
Is
to go to
it's
Chernobyl.
cheaper. It's cheaper to go to Japan and go to Disney than it is to drive to Orlando. Get at a hotel and go to Disney.
Yeah.
Last time I checked
Disney.
flights, because bucket list, I want to go to Japan for like a week and just visit. Flight round trip about $1,500 from Florida.
Yeah.
All right. Then.
Guy I work with just did it.
So if anybody's looking to donate money to go to Japan,
Yes.
yeah, we're going to talk to us at movietalksandchill.com.
You know what? We're just gonna write it off.
Yeah.
It's a write-off.
It's a-
Who writes it off?
I don't even know what a write-off is. It's like the Kramer and Seinfeld.
Yeah.
They just write it off.
I just write it off.
Well, it's also from Shit Creek.
Yeah.
I know. That's him and
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy. Yeah, he's him and his son. They're like, it's a write-off. Who writes it off? I don't know. The write-off people.
And on that note, we have to end this episode, but we'll be back for another one very soon. But until then, Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I am Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
All right, guys, take care.